Good morning. Come, let us prepare. Make some good profits today. Our market left us very big clues right here. Let's take a look at it in today's morning live stream. Pardon me, my neck's a little swollen. Long story if you're not in the know. So pardon me, I may be a little bit more restricted in my speech today. Now, market left big clues here, right? And a big part of that is this orange algorithm that I talked about yesterday. And so it's important you watch the intraday algorithms from yesterday. Oh, it's worse than I thought, man. Pardon me, please. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Now, at start of day yesterday, right, this was at 9:35. Now, it's extremely important. You identify the the bearish control here. Now, ideally, this would have happened, but the market took liquidity early. And one way you can capitalize on early liquidity is for breakout and retrace. Now, I've talked about this in my training videos. Plenty of training videos here. I think it's here, right? I have all the videos here, training videos here, right? When there is a breakout, you see the retracement of that perfect top wick right there. Penny perfect of that magenta. So sometimes you don't get the beautiful full structure that you would be preparing for. But in this case, you see how magenta got to work. Penny perfect right there. I talked about the teal being the dominant. And so once we started trending down at the support of teal, you just have to be more careful. Now, once you understand magenta, if you want more downsides, you obviously have to wait for magenta to start rebuilding liquidity. And in the 30-minute chart, right, magenta doesn't start building liquidity, but you see the teal. I told you about the teal. You have to be extremely careful about that. And I said to watch the 30-minute orange algorithm here, right? This was at 10 a.m. Now, 10 a.m. was exactly when this candle closed. This red candle. This was a 10 a.m. candle. Right? I said, watch out for the 30-minute orange. So you see the 30-minute orange here. And just take a look. We bounced it off. Penny perfect. Look at the bottom wicks. Absolutely beautiful. So you caught this trade here. And this is in conjunction with the teal not being able to start tapering here, right? You don't see magenta building liquidity. Maybe here, yes, right? You see magenta building liquidity, but we lack the selling continuation structure. And you see pink controlling the bottom range right there, giving you this absolutely beautiful bounce. So understanding this and translating into the 1-minute chart is extremely important from the 30. That's why I always tell you, look out for the 30-minute chart. If you're a newer trader, the 30-minute chart will tell you more than you need to if you translate it into the 1-minute chart here. All right. Now, yesterday was a classic example. Down, up, whatever. You're gonna make money. Some of you just so fixated on directions. You shouldn't be trading. You should be going back to elementary school, right? Learn to be binary then, up and down. For us, the rest of us, you learn to find profits here. You learn to find profits here. And eventually I will teach you how to find profits like that, even if we are chopping and going nowhere. You want to be an advanced trader? then you stick around and stop being so stubborn in your ways. Stop having signal mindsets. Stop thinking the market has to go one direction that you want. You think you have control over the market. You think you're the master over the market. Now let the market prove to you and let you be sorely, sorely wrong, just like my neck. But anyway, right, we were also prepared for this because we understood the pink was building liquidity, right? So if I were to, you see, 946, just take a look at this. 946 was here. This was 946. Are you able to have the skill in identifying the perfect, penny perfect algorithms to the point that at 946 you are able to see the teal? Come on, just take a look at this. Penny perfect teal here, right? We are actually just touching the wicks with the teal algorithm that was identified at 946 here. Do you have the skills using the algorithms to be even planning for an approach like that hours before it starts forming? And only after this that you're able to be patient to wait for what you're planning for. So you see, it's a little multi-layered. You have to progress to that stage, step by step. It's a skill. You learn it. You will never unsee it. You will never undo it anymore because it's an inherent skill that you bring all the way to your deathbed. You understand that? Look, how pink built that liquidity so beautifully. And once we broke out of that pink, do you notice that we broke out into a stronger precision algorithm here? So if you're looking for the breaks, remember, as I always reminded you in the training videos, you have to look out for precision algorithms here. So pay close attention, chart diligently, even if I'm not around, or especially if I've already identified the early algorithms for you. You have to chart diligently because you have many microstructures that you are able to take trades with, yes? So now, at this point, I told you, do you see the cup and handle? And this is a classic pattern that you have seen with me many, many, many times. Right, do you see? I mentioned on the 1 minute chart, can you see the cup and handle? Right, and this was already at 2 p.m., a little late, but you see the cup and handle started forming. Right, because we retested the top. And I had a live stream that I went through the technicals of this. I taught you about this. So check out my past videos. There will be a video about cup and handles that I talked to you about that you can learn. And this is a beautiful interpretation of that after seeing how pink started building liquidity there as well. That's why you see in the morning. This is the reason why we soaked up the sellers. And you see that pre-market, we are up here again. Now there is a larger cup at 5-day, isn't it? You would know. We saw that coming previously too. And in the 30-minute chart, this is what I want you to be worried about. At the 5-day, wait for the cups to start closing. Because you see the orange is still in control here, isn't it? You see it's the orange in control now at this point. What you want to see if this wants to break out, especially with the 5 days so near, is you want to see the green algorithm breaking out of that orange. So if this happens, this will be absolutely ideal. If it's early, it's even better. So you have to be looking out for the green breaking out of that orange if this wants to be breaking up. Otherwise, wait for the spillover. Remember, I talked about cups spilling over. And then wait for structure before it starts heading up. A structure can take a while. As you can see from yesterday, the entire handle took the entire afternoon. Right, so sometimes it takes time. So you cannot be forcing trades. You can be making preparations instead. Now, if this wants to head down, the blue liquidity here and this orange, I'm just looking at this and I see that's a lot of liquidity at this area here. So if it's not heading down, a few ways here. Firstly, off the green here, right? And secondly, off this area here, probably about noon, probably noon to 2 p.m. if the market wants to grab this liquidity here. If it's not taking time to go down, then it may not head down today. So just be more cautious of this blue here and this orange, this area here, yeah? Pay close attention to this. If it's selling, you obviously want to see orange continuing to sell here. So you look out for the orange. Yeah, if it wants to sell, it must sell in the green. You've seen that green selling all the time, right? Now remember, in yesterday's video, I talked about this green buyer here, and I'm a little bit worried. Remember I talked about that? And you see that green buyer bounce off that beautiful orange, right? I talked about this green buyer, remember, yesterday's live stream? And I told you, just be careful, because I saw this green buyer, and that's why I told you to be looking out for that orange bounce. Because the green buyer is here. He's still here. This green buyer, whoever it is. But it's being tapered here at this range, where 5 days. So if it wants to soak up all the sellers, yes. If it wants to head up, it will break up from the orange. Otherwise, your risk to rewards can still be here within this range. If it grinds up without structure, well, tough luck. That's fine. Just be more patient. Wait for structure, because you're just trying to find profits in the charts. Who cares where the charts are going? You're able to find imbalances, half a point, 1 point. You've got your money right there. I'm sorry, a little bit. Not well. I'm not well. But you know, back then in the day, even if you're dying, you crawl to work, because if you don't, you're gonna lose your job. That's how brutal it is in the past. Things are better now, of course, right? We are living in a more humane world now. But back then in investment banking, everyone wants your job, right? No matter how pissed drunk you are, no matter how wasted you are, how sick you are, how much you're dying, you die in office. That's well, it's not great, but that's just how brutal this world of finance is. So we have it easy now. The fact that we can do this from our home, the comfort of our home. So I don't take this for granted, but many of you have not experienced that sort of risk to rewards, right? You're experiencing the rewards of trading today, but you have not experienced the risks. So you take this for granted. And that's why you're reckless. That's why you treat this like a casino. That's why you're gambling. But not every one of you will have that experience. But you have similar experience in your workplace, right? Your work conditions must be really tough. Some of you truckers, I know. First responders. Tough. Extremely tough. So you will know. You don't take this for granted. And that's why you're studying day and night. Absolutely respectable and admirable. And this is why I'm working hard too, because I know you are. So anyway, I may just identify the early algorithms and take a rest, because my neck's swelling up from breaking a fall without my arm. So I didn't break my fall with my arms. I braced it with my neck. I thought I was fine, but it started swelling and I started having a temperature now. So I'll just monitor a little bit, and obviously it's giving me very lots of difficulties, well, speaking and breathing at the same time. But regardless, I'm here. So must you. Show up. Let's get our job done. Right? Find profits in the charts. Feed your family. That's your job. Yes, we are all here to feed our family. So don't be reckless. Don't be treating this like some entertainment or casino. Most of you are. Now, if you have lots of money, be a little bit more responsible, and you will be even richer and more purposeful in your life. Well, I've experienced that. So you know what to do. You're all grown-ups if you're watching this. So let's focus. Let's get this done. Yeah. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you closer to opening in about 15 minutes. Don't forget, Discord members, with all the morning messages here, right? So here we go. Get all your rituals, your routines, all in order. Start refreshing your rules before we get started today. Right. We've got this. Hang in there. It's midweek. We've got this. Right. Hang in there. Right. See you closer to opening bell in 15 minutes. Thank you very much.